So Liverpool is due to rotate this weekend after a Champions League clash at the midweek. Salah played while Mane rested. So which front three do you expect to see this weekend? Salah seems to be fully healthy after COVID. There doesn't seem to be any lingering effects from that, but we know the fact that he played in the Champions League today probably means a rest for him this weekend, and vice versa for Mane. So what front three do you expect to see? You expect to see Jota get in there, Firmino, Salah, Mane? What do you think?
So maybe like 2 hours before the podcast recording, I put out a tweet on our FPL hotline account thinking, to me, the two main captaincy choices, one of them's Mane, putting out that question there. A bunch of people were replying with, it's Salah against Fulham. You have to give him the arm man. But to the credit of a tweet from FPL Crate Digger, Firmino only played 20 minutes tonight. Mane played 3. Jota played 87 after a weekend of rest. Pretty good front three.
That seems to be most likely. Mane played 3 minutes, you said?
Yeah.
Cameo at the end? Okay, so he's definitely good. Jota, after being rested last weekend, makes sense for him to be ready to go.
Yeah, I think he only played 17 minutes on the weekend.
And Salah played the full 90?
He put today.
Or did Mane come on for him? Maybe.
I'll double check, but Salah, he definitely started today. He definitely started on the weekend. And, it's kind of lining up the same way that when Mane got rested 2 game weeks ago.
Yeah, they seem to have
the same thing.
Yeah, they have 4 players for 3 spots.
Yeah.
They're all a little bit interchangeable somewhat because we know Jota can play in that false 9 role in place of Firmino. Sometimes we know he's comfortable on the wing as well. So I feel like this is something that we have to expect moving forward, at least for the time being with the congested Christmas schedule. I mean, is the Christmas schedule as congested as usual? Did that change because of COVID, or is it still like...
Yeah, I just don't know off the top of my head how the cups are going to work into that.
Yeah, it is going to be just as congested. There's games on. Yeah, it's going to be congested.
People talk about Salah played on the weekend. Then, after 2 days rest, he played in the Champions League. Why can't he do the exact same thing on the weekend? And my reason is, just because he can doesn't mean he should.
Yeah, especially with the injuries they've had already. Oh, you cut out.
Oh, did I cut out there for a second?
Yeah, you're back. So you were saying what?
I was saying that, Klopp and I think Pep, they've been the most vocal about, the fixture congestion is crazy this year. So for me,
I think it's just as bad as it's always been, no?
Yeah, I think Mourinho kind of made that point of he's been dealing with this for 10 years in the Premier League. This isn't something new. The top clubs are always going to adjust to this. So when I see Klopp purposely starting Salah in a dead match rubber game in the Champions League, today's Champions League match didn't really matter for Liverpool. Salah didn't have to play. So when I see that and I see them playing Fulham, arguably the worst team in the Prem this weekend, you don't have to play Salah. It just doesn't seem like that's something you have to do when you're Klopp.
Yeah, and especially he missed. I don't know how much his COVID break is gonna factor into that decision as well. Because he missed some time and coming back, you kind of don't want to rush somebody like that. I think for the rest of the year we might have to deal with a 4-man rotation for 3 spots for Liverpool, which is not the worst thing to navigate.
Other thing off the top of my head, Liverpool play Spurs on the 16th, just 3 days after Fulham on the weekend.
So they definitely need Salah for that one.
Yeah. So after 2 back-to-back games this week, you have Fulham and Spurs coming up back-to-back again. Do you really not want to give Salah the rest so that he could be fully fit for a game against your main rivals for the title right now?
Yeah, and then if they're following that formula of back-to-back games, then rest, then back to games, then rest, it kind of seems like they're doing, then that means a front 3 of Firmino, Salah, Mane, which is their ideal front 3 for the Spurs game. That makes sense. Jota is kind of the 4th man there, even though he's doing great.
And even though we've seen against Man City, there is a possibility for all 4 of them to start.
Right. Forgot about that. That can definitely happen too.
Yeah.
All right, makes sense. Anything else?
So just to lock it in, FPL Hotline predicts front 3 of Mane, Firmino, and Jota for this weekend for Liverpool.
Yep. And then Firmino, Salah, Mane for the Spurs game.